Now that we're done with the discussion about profit maximization and we've learned that MC equals to MR is where the profit is maximized, we can now see the situation of how the profit is maximized for a price taking firm and price setting firm. It is important to distinguish between price taking and price setting firm is because price taking firm has what we call a perfectly elastic demand curve and therefore will have a different diagram than a price setting firm when it comes to maximizing profits. So for a price taking firm, if the demand curve is perfectly elastic, the demand is also equal to MR is equal to AR. Now, when you look at the marginal cost, we discussed this earlier that the marginal cost curve is U-shaped and the profit maximization happens at the point where MC equals to MR or Q star. But when I know, let's say Q star is, let's say 100 units and let's say the price of this good is $5, we need to also understand that at $100 we are maximizing profits. But the question we should ask is how much profit will be maximized at Q star, and for that we need to draw our average cost curve to understand where the profit is maximized. So if I look at my profit, this is equal to total revenue minus total cost, and if I divide both sides by quantity, I will get myself profit per unit equal to price times quantity over quantity, since total revenue is equal to price times quantity and minus TC over Q is ATC. In other words, profit per unit is price minus ATC. So what I will do is that I have price in my diagram. Now I'll bring my ATC in this concept and then see how much profit will be maximized at a situation when Q star is equal to 100. So when you do so, you really realize that average total cost falls and let's say then rises. And when it does so, at the point where MC equals to MR, let's call this point A, while the price is $5, the ATC might be at point B, which could be, for example, $4. So my ATC is equal to $4. And as a result of this, you will see a situation where the firm is making supernormal profit. And this supernormal profit, as you can see, is happening because when MC is equal to MR, price is greater than ATC. Because the price is $5 and ATC is $4, I can find my total profit by first finding out my profit per unit, which is going to be, in this case, 5 minus 4 or P minus ATC or $1, and then multiply it by quantity, which is 100, to find out my total profit.
Quick pause. If you're finding value in this explanation, there's so much more to discover. At Alt Academy, we break down every A-level concept with the same level of clarity. Now, let's continue.
To be equal to $100. So this area here, which is a shaded region, will tell us how much profit. So when a firm is maximizing profit, the first thing it looks at is where is MC equals to MR. And the second thing that it looks at is, once we know that MC equals to MR is happening at, for example, $5 and 100 unit, we find out how much is the total profit. Then that will be found out by looking at ATC. Now, I draw a case of supernormal profit where price was greater than ATC. Let's see also a diagram for normal profit and economic loss. The first step is making a demand curve. So when we draw a demand curve, our demand curve is perfectly elastic like this. Now in this case, the demand curve is also my MR and AR. The next step will be to find the profit maximizing level of output, for which I need to draw my marginal cost. And when MC equals to MR, let's say this quantity Q star, this is where our profit is maximized. At this quantity Q star, my price, let's say, is $5, and let's say my quantity is $100. The next question we need to ask is what happens when price is equal to ATC, which means we are making normal profit, yet MC equals to MR. So when MC equals to MR, we're making 100 units, But because price is equal to ATC, if I draw our ATC, ATC should be drawn such that it meets MC at a point where the demand curve is also meeting, and then starts to rise. So my ATC is meeting my marginal cost at ATC's minimum point, which is also the point where my ATC is tangent to the demand curve, and therefore I am making what we call a normal profit. Now, again, to reiterate, the normal profit is a satisfactory condition because the firm is making selling at a price of $5, where price is more than the opportunity cost of putting this money elsewhere, or in other words, the firm is covering both its implicit cost and explicit cost, and therefore covering its economic cost. Now, when we look at our case of economic loss, because a firm can also make an economic loss despite its effort to maximize profits, the case will be where price is less than ATC. So let's first draw our demand curve, which is equal to my MR is equal to AR, because we are a price taking firm. And then let's see if this is my marginal cost. The point where MC equals to MR is where we maximize profits. So Q star is the quantity where we're maximizing profits. But if the ATC is much higher than the price, like in this case, then we will at MC equals to MR or Q star, when the price is, let's say, $5, our ATC is higher. For example, ATC is $7, and as a result of that, if I'm making 100 units, P minus ATC is now less than 0 or negative, and therefore my profit will be 5 minus 7 times 100, or minus $200, which means minus 200 means negative profit or economic loss, which means this region here will be suggesting my economic loss. So all of this region or rectangle that is formed between ATC and price is suggesting the amount of my economic loss, which is equal to minus $200. So a firm, when price is less than ATC, despite MC equals to MR, can be making an economic loss, just like situation of supernormal profit and normal profit.
If you found that helpful, imagine what you could achieve with the full economics course. Over 60,000 students have used All Academy to transform their A-levels journey. Don't wait and take the first step today.